Hey gang, and welcome to Weaver Music. Today we're going to be performing some basic wiring troubleshooting and possible repair on a Dean Z electric guitar. The owner said he gets a very quiet sound out of the front pickup or no sound at all when plugged into an amp. Most of the time this is a problem with the wiring of the output jack. When I touch the jack, I can feel it's loose. We will begin by pulling the output jack out and inspecting the wires and connection. To remove the output jack on this Dean, we will begin by removing the two output jack mounting screws, and then we can remove the whole unit. Most of the time the output jack becomes loose and people try to tighten it with their fingers or whatever is available, and they rotate the jack and damage the wires unknowingly. That's most likely what happened here. Next, we will be removing the three screws securing the volume and tone pot cavity backplate. This will give us better access to the output jack wiring to inspect it, and will also allow us to inspect the wiring and connections of the volume and tone pots. Once the three screws have been removed, gently remove the back plate from the guitar and set it aside with the screws. Now that we have the back plate off, let's take a closer look at the wires on the output jack. If you look closely here, you can see where I'm pointing that is where the damage is. It appears that it had been twisted so much that the shielding on the positive wire has ripped through and the grounding cable or wire is now connected. So we know that's going to have to be fixed. We inspected the volume and tone pot connections and they appear to be fine. We also inspected the toggle switch and that appeared to be fine as well. Now remember, the customer stated the bridge pickup didn't work, but sometimes the neck pickup would. So next we're going to focus on the bridge pickup. To do this, we're going to remove the 4 pickup ring mounting screws and lift the pickup out of the guitar and inspect the pickup and its wiring. After removing the 4 pickup ring mounting screws, we are going to gently lift up the pickup and inspect it and its wiring. Upon initial inspection of the wiring, we find what appears to be broken wires sticking out of the pickup. Looking closer at the pickup, it appears that there was once some kind of damage to the pickup and someone attempted to repair it by pulling the wires out, twisting them together, and adding black electrical tape over them. As you can see, the original protective shielding around the pickup is gone, but inside the pickup cavity you can see what's left of the black electrical tape they used to try to put it together. Due to the damage, the decision was made to replace the pickup. Here is the new bridge pickup we are going to be installing. First thing we'll need to do is determine which wire in the volume tone pot cavity belongs to the bridge pickup. To do this, we will need to flip the guitar over so we can see the pickup wiring going to the volume tone pot cavity. Looking at the wires, we gently pull on the bridge pickup wire from the front of the guitar to see which wire is moving. This is the bridge pickup wire. Next step is to use our soldering iron and remove the wires from the pot connection. Then we'll remove the old pickup and wiring and install the new pickup in the reverse order. Using our soldering iron and a pair of needle nose pliers, we desolder the bridge pickup wire from the pot connection. Just a quick note, try to be quick as possible when using a soldering iron on the pots and wires. Prolonged heat can cause damage to the pots and to the wires. Now that we have the wires desoldered from the pot, we will go ahead and pull the wire out and the pickup and work towards installing the new one. Take the wire from the new pickup and push it through the same routing hole into the volume tone pot cavity. Run the wire up to make sure you have enough length that will reach the pot. Then separate the two wires, which is the ground and the positive wire, and prepare it for soldering. Now that we have the two wires separated, we have our soldering iron and our rosin core solder, and we're going to tin each tip of the wire. That way it ensures that we have plenty of solder to reconnect it to the pot. Now be careful, sometimes it will pop and splatter, so make sure you cover the instruments securely to keep the surface clean. Now we'll go ahead and repeat the process. We'll put the ground wire to the ground part of the pot, and we'll take the positive wire and we'll reconnect it to the tab on the pot. Now again, be careful, do not put too much heat or allow the heat to be on there for too long, because it can damage the pot or the wires. As you can see, I'm using my fingers here to ensure that it doesn't get too hot, but again, be very careful because you can burn yourself. Now that we have the wires soldered onto the pot, we will go ahead and install the new pickup back in place by reattaching the 4 pickup mounting screws through the ring. Be gentle not to over tighten them and strip them. So we're just going back and double checking to ensure that everything's secured tightly, but not too tight so it is stripped out. Next, we will go ahead and reinstall the output jack housing with the 2 securing screws for that. And then once done there, we'll go ahead and put the back plate on with 3 screws that we held on to earlier. Again, be careful when doing all this because it's very easy to scratch the surface of the instrument, and that will definitely make anybody unhappy doing it. Again, just as a side note, don't over tighten them, and if you're using an electric screw gun, make sure you stop before it goes completely down, and then by hand tighten those screws so you're ensuring that you don't strip them out. Now that we have the pickup securely put into place, we'll go ahead and reassemble it, put the strings on it, and tighten them up. Once we have all the strings and everything back on, we will check the distance between the pickup and the strings. Your adjustments as a good starting point on your low E string should be 3/32, or the bass side as some people call it, and then your high E about 1/16 of an inch. And then once you have that set, play it and adjust it as necessary to make sure you have plenty of clearance between the strings when they're vibrating and for the quality of the sound coming out of the instrument. Simple as that. As always, if you found the video helpful, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and leave any comments you might have in the comment section below. If there are other videos you'd like to see, please let me know and we will work on doing those as well. Thanks for watching Weaves Music. Take care.